day of the incident, I was pulled over and told that I had a warrant, which I wasn't aware of. My mother had just came from the rehabilitation center at the old Boy Scouts building on 41, and she wasn't all the way rehabilitated. She still was falling down and things of that nature. She wasn't ready to come home yet, so I had to help her to do daily functions, go get her prescription for medicine, cook for her, clean for her, get her up out the bed so she could use the restroom, and she had to use the restroom. So when the incident had occurred, I didn't have any bond money available. I knew I wasn't going to be able to get out at the time, and I was worried about her health. So when the officer told me to get out of the vehicle, I asked him why. He said I had a warrant. And I started thinking about my mom. I didn't want her to be laying there. I know she had to eat medicine. I didn't want to make sure she had her insulin and everything. So when that had happened, I actually put my head down and shook my head, and I actually pulled off, which I'm very apologetic for, sincerely. I didn't want to pull off on the officer. I've never done that before. I know it was disrespectful. I wasn't trying to disrespect the officer, but I was really concerned about my mother's health. I actually feel bad about it. I would like to apologize to the officers if it's possible, to let them know I didn't mean to disrespect them. I didn't mean to pull off on them or make them feel any kind of way about me, because that wasn't what it was about. I wasn't just being a smart aleck or nothing, just trying to take off on them or nothing like that. It was just the point of my mother's health.
Oh, diabetes came first. When diabetes came, everything went topsy-turvy. Because I'm getting older now and I'm not able to do a lot of things that I need to do, I have a medical problem called peripheral neuropathy. And it's just taking over my whole system. And I need Jonathan here to do shopping sometime, take me to doctor's appointments, cooking, cleaning, washing. He can do just everything a lady can do. I need him to do that.
I had to bring my mother home for the rehabilitation center, and I had to watch her because she has no one else besides myself to watch her, to take care of her, and make sure that she's all right.
I've been having some things happen to me recently that almost has taken my life away. Fell down 13 stairs in my house. Nobody was there but me. And I had no phone. I had no cell phone. I got one of these things, but I didn't have it on.
I'm the only one here to take care of her, so she needs my help for basically everything. She's a fall risk. She's basically house ridden. She can't go places. The only way she can go somewhere is if I help her out the house and put her in the wheelchair and wheel her around, maybe like the mall or something like that sometimes, and things of that nature. That's the only way she can get around.
Yeah, everything on this list Jonathan does for me. Jonathan picks up my medications from Walgreens for me. He knows all my doctors. Jonathan takes me to my doctor's appointments and goes into the office with me, so that he can know who my doctor is.
She actually fell 2 times within this week. At night, actually, when she was getting up to use the restroom or whatnot. So we had to take her to Lake Forest Hospital, to the emergency room. Her blood sugar was high or whatever. Sometimes she doesn't like to watch it. I have to try to keep track of that for her because she won't check it at all, or she doesn't know how to do it. So yeah, pretty much that's the incident with the incident. That's why I took off on the police, but I didn't want to. I was just concerned with my mother's health. Me and my mom always had a great relationship. I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest son. I guess you could say the baby boy. We have a close bond.
One funny thing that happened one day, he'll go outside and he'll play for about 15, 20 minutes. He'll come right back, open the screen door, and he'll peep in there. He just look and peep and grin. He just want to know if I'm there for him. I just would not want to lose him. I don't know how long they would take him away. I don't know anything, but I just would want them to take them away from me.
Okay. My mom has a long list of ailments. She has neuropathy. She has arthritis in her arms, wrists, hands, elbows, knees, ankles. Um, she has a curved spine. She has a lot of ailments. I actually had to get a printout from her doctor saying all of her ailments and all of her medications that she needs and that she has to take because it's so much. And then she also has a mental illness. She's bipolar, and I have to be around in case she goes manic, because when she goes manic, sometimes she doesn't know what she's doing. She's basically not herself if she goes manic, and like people could manipulate her. Like I wasn't around one time, and she had went manic and just went like on a spending spree, spent thousands of dollars. She got in trouble. She had to go to court. They had to let them know in court that she was manic. She was mentally ill. You know what I mean? So she wouldn't get in trouble for it because they thought maybe she was just doing like just writing bad checks and things of that nature. But she was really mentally ill at the point in time.
He writes the bills for me. He totals up my bills. He writes checks for me. He may sign them and mail them to wherever they need to go for me. The bank knows about it. The bank knows he's my son, so he can handle that for me.
When she goes manic like this, she doesn't know how to keep up with her bills. I have to keep up with her bills now. Her mortgage would get behind thousands of dollars, $3,000-$4,000, and it had got so bad to the point where I had to basically go to her bank that had loaned her the money for a house, and I had to just arrange for them to take the money out of her check like soon as it comes to make sure she pays the mortgage and make sure the mortgage is getting paid.
I could just give him my debit card for a couple of days to go out and get the stuff done for me, and I don't have to worry about getting lost. So he's trustworthy.
I've always been around and take her places when she needs to go, because everybody else usually she really doesn't have nobody but me. So I'm always there. We go to movies sometimes, watch movies sometimes at the house. I take her out with me sometimes so she can get out of the house and ride around. I've taken her out of town, like if I'm going to record somewhere. I think we went to Tennessee, to Nashville. I took her with me to drive out there, so she could see the scenery, because I don't like for her to always be cooped up in the house, because other than that, she's not going to come out unless I bring her out.
And I miss his company. Funny bunny. He can sometimes, just make me laugh. It's good to have him laugh around here, crack silly jokes.
Sometimes she turns me down, doesn't want to go outside, but yeah, I try to, we do a lot of things, movies, we go out to eat, things of that nature. I always been tight with my mom, like we're real close.
I can't cook for myself. I need him to cook for me. He knows how to cook roast beef with stew and potatoes and carrots. He's a pretty good cook.
My biggest fear for her is if I get sent away is I already know that she's not going to take care of her blood sugar. She's not going to take her insulin when she needs to take it. She's not going to be eating right. She's just basically not going to take care of herself. My main concern is I don't want her to have go into a diabetic coma or have a seizure or a stroke or any of those things, because I know she can't take care of herself by herself, and I'm the only one that she has.
My son loves me very much. I love him very much. We've been that way. We've been very close for years. We've been very close. And this tape might not sound sensitive, but it is. It's really sensitive, and I mean everything I say. he weren't here, nobody would be here. He's all I got.